Hi there, I'm Amber with Kaleidoscope Yoga. Thank you so much for your interest in my video today. Hey, if you'd like to follow along when we do the classes live, just like my Kaleidoscope Yoga page on Facebook or follow me on Instagram at Amber Kleid Yoga for dates and times. In the meantime, grab yourself your mat, a couple of blocks, maybe a blanket and a towel, and perhaps a bolster or a thicker pillow to rest on in Shavasana, and I will meet you on the mat. So let's go ahead and find a seat, please. Lengthen up through the spine. Take a couple of nice deep breaths to get yourself relaxed and in the right state of mind. You can shake out anything that doesn't serve you right in this moment. It's a little early still for some. I've been up for quite a while, but I still feel like I could probably go back to sleep. But just, shake off anything that might be lingering as far as energy and maybe just thoughts. Anything you can let go of that will help you come into a more calming, relaxed, comfortable state. Soften the shoulders down the back. Let those arms become heavy. And then close your eyes if you haven't already and just softly make your way back to your breath. Let your energy start to move down towards the earth, just relaxing as you go. Softening that space between the eyes. Letting your eyes rest in the eye sockets, just letting them kind of float, releasing any tightness around the eye corners. And then softening through the cheeks. Really just let gravity just kind of melt the face down. Checking into the occipital bone at the base of the skull and see if you can relax that space back there. And then bring your attention to your ears. And you can notice the sounds around you for a moment, but try not to pinpoint any of the noises. See if you can just draw them in as one big sound. And then notice that point at the top of the ear where the ear meets your temple, around that space. And then drawing a line all the way around the outside of the ear, down the earlobe until you connect right above the jaw. And then from that point, we're going to make a connection all across the front of the jawline to the chin. And then soften the jaw, relaxing the lips and the teeth. Perhaps taking a swallow and then letting the tongue relax. And then letting that sense of noticing it come all the way down the neck to the top of the collarbone. And then just let the right ear softly drop towards your right shoulder. And notice that space around the neck towards the shoulder on the left side. And kind of see how that feels. And take your left hand and bring your fingers to the back of the neck and just give yourself a little squeeze. Kind of get into those muscles there as you do this nice, soft, relaxing stretch. Add a little breath work to it, softly breathing. Exhaling as you work into those muscles. We might just stay here for the entire class. Good. So now we're going to go ahead and take our nose and we're going to point it towards our right leg. And we're going to take the palm of the hand and press it, just not even press it, just rest it on the top of the head and see if you can just get a little deeper stretch there. Now, if that's not comfortable, you don't have to do it. Take one more breath here. And then we're going to take that left arm and we're going to bring it behind our low back. So forearm behind the low back. Just for a little different sensation, and make sure you're not losing that integrity in the spine, so you're nice and tall. Go ahead and release that arm back down to your thigh or to the floor, and then slowly we're going to rotate the head back above the heart. Take an inhale and exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Notice that space, the space between the neck and the shoulder, and just kind of see if it feels any different than the other side. And then when you're ready, take that left hand this time. Or right hand. And go ahead and give yourself a little squeeze. And breathing into your squeezes, really letting those muscles relax. One more breath here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and turn your nose towards your left leg. Take that right hand and just rest it gently on the top of the head. And again, if it doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. Just for a little extra stretch. And then we're going to take that right arm and we're going to draw the forearm to the low back. And if you have it in your practice, you can take a little bind here by wrapping your hand around your left inner elbow. Go ahead and release the right arm back down to the floor on top of your thigh, and then slowly rotate the head up. And let's just find a little organic movement here in the neck, just to make sure that it's relaxed. So just kind of moving the head around slowly. And then bring that head back above the heart. Come back to a space where you can find your relaxation again. And I would love for you to bring your hands to your heart space and offer yourself an intention for your practice today. And when you're ready, go ahead and take a big deep inhale, bringing the palms above the head, finding a deep stretch through the side body. Breathe here for just a moment as you reach. We're anchoring down the hips, relaxing the tailbone softly, and lifting the fingertips to the sky. On your next exhale, we're just going to lean to the right. Inhaling, engaging the belly. Draw yourself to center and exhale to your left. Just waking up the spine. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale back to center. Last time. Let's float to the left. And then back to center. Let's clasp the hands together and turn the palms towards the ceiling. Good. Still finding that length. Looking for a little space between the ribs and the hips. Take a deep inhale, and as you inhale, if you want to draw your gaze to your fingers, get a little stretch through the front of the body. And then as you exhale, we're going to draw the hands out in front of the shoulders and round gently through the spine. Now, if it feels good, you can drop chin to chest. And then as we inhale, gaze can follow the hands back up, opening through the front of the body. And then exhale, hands forward, straight out from the shoulders, chin to the chest. One last time, breathe it in, arms up. And exhale, chin to chest. Go ahead and let those hands float all the way down to the floor, keeping the chin towards the chest and lengthening through the spine. On an inhale, draw the head over heart and do a big shoulder roll. So we're drawing the shoulders up to the ears, and then exhale back. Again, inhale, shoulders to the ears. Try not to drop the ears to the shoulders, and exhale back. One more time this direction. Inhale up and exhale back. And let's go ahead and do the opposite way. Inhale up the back this time, and exhale forward. You can get your arms in there if you want. Inhale up the back, exhale forward. One more time, please. Inhale up the back, and relax those shoulders. Let's go ahead and take a gentle twist over to the right. So if you want to take an inhale and then exhale and twist over to the right, you can take your left hand all the way to your right knee. And your right hand should be behind you, offering up a little bit of support so you can maintain a nice tall spine. Look over the right shoulder if that feels good. And just find a nice soft breath here. On your next exhale, we're going to float forward. Breathe in deeply, lengthen through the spine. And exhale to your left. Right hand, left knee, let that left hand be a support. And if you're on a block or sitting a little bit higher, you can take another block or a book behind your back to rest your fingertips on for that support. And exhale, float it down. So if you're sitting on a block, you can go ahead and remove that. You should be fine if you're sitting on a blanket. But we're going to go ahead and take a gentle forward fold here. So just bring your hands right in front. Whew. I went on a long bike ride yesterday and this may be as far as I can go today. Bring those palms to the floor. And so we want to radiate some power from the palms all the way up the arms to the shoulders. So we want some action happening here. So let your elbow pits roll forward. Let your shoulders kind of just sink back into a natural position. Lengthen through the spine. Connect your sits bones to the floor and let your tailbone softly roll down. And we want our neck to be an extension of the spine, so we're not dropping the head down, but rather looking forward, but not up. So many restrictions. Spread those fingertips out wide too and press into the fingertips. And just kind of take note at how you're feeling here. And then if you'd like, you can walk forward just a little bit. We want to maintain that integrity in the spine. Find your breath. I see a few more people have joined. I can't see who it is though, but thank you so much for coming. Nice to see you. I will personally say hello when class is over, but so glad you could join us. One more time, walk it forward, see how it feels. And if you find that you're lifting your tailbone or you just feel too strained, walk it back. Listen to your body. Very good. So we're going to walk the hands over to the right. And we're still going to maintain that tall spine if you can. Left hip remains on the ground. And then we're going to take a big inhale and we're going to open the left hand up to the ceiling or the sky or whatever you've got above you. Big breath in, open through the chest, follow the fingertips with the gaze, and then exhale, draw it back down. But see, this is a nice wide movement, mindful. Inhale, full breath up, let that arm stretch out. And then exhale, let the arm stay stretched out until you touch the floor and you're done with your breath. We've got one more. Inhale, draw it up. And exhale last time. On your inhale, walk yourself back to center. Take an inhale, exhale here. Sigh it out if it feels good, and then walk your hands back. Good. Let's go ahead and relax the legs out in front of us for just a moment. We're going to cross them again here in just a second, but point and flex the toes. We're going to relax through those knees a little bit. If you want to kind of give yourself a little massage up and down the legs, just get that energy flowing again. A lot of popping and cracking happening today. Let's go ahead and switch the feet. So the opposite foot forward. And then we're going to go ahead and bring those hands down to the mat or the floor. Same thing, we want to have a little bit of power coming up the arm. So we rotate those elbow pits forward. We let the shoulders sink back naturally. Spreading the fingertips, little energy into the fingertips as we grip the floor. Lengthen through the spine, connect to those sits bones, and let that gaze kind of have a natural gaze towards the floor, maybe like 5-6 feet in front of you. So we maintain length in the back of the neck rather than looking up and rounding the cervical spine. Breathe here, see how you feel, and if this side feels like you can move forward a little bit, go ahead and do so. One more time. Come on forward. And then when you're ready, go ahead and walk to your left. So we're still maintaining the power in the arms. So we're not dipping down, lengthening through the spine, right hip towards the floor. Let's take an inhale, open up the right arm. You can follow the fingertips with your gaze if that feels good. And exhale, bring it down, keeping that movement wide. Inhale, all the way up, and exhale, bring it down. One last time, inhale all the way up, and exhale, bring it down. On your inhale, back to center, and exhale here. And then on your next inhale, go ahead and roll yourself up. So we're going to get a little bit more into the hips. We haven't brought out the leg baby in quite some time. So you're just going to take one leg and you're going to lift it up. You can wrap your elbow underneath so you can kind of cradle the leg. You can sneak in a little foot massage here if you want to. And just kind of roll the leg side to side. You can bring it in as close as you can. Opening and closing. You can rotate through your ankle here too. You can even pull back on your toes, get a little stretch through the inner part of your, or the soles of your feet. And then go ahead and relax that leg down. Let's draw the other one up. One might feel a little different than the other. Just kind of acknowledge and see what happens. Rocking the leg, baby. Ooh. All right, go ahead and release the leg, baby. And we're gonna go ahead and come on to tabletop. Pad your knees if you need to with your blanket. Grab your blocks if you want to use them today. Keep them at the front of the mat just in case. And we're gonna come on to all fours. We're gonna let our toes come straight out from our knees. We're gonna find that energy in the arms again. So spreading those fingertips, elbow pips forward. Shoulders are relaxed down the back. We're tilting our tailbone just a little so we don't have that dump in our lumbar spine there. Lengthening from the crown of the head. Let's take an inhale, and we are going to find just a baby cow here. So gaze can come up. And then as you exhale, chin's going to roll to chest, tailbone's going to tuck, and you're going to let your bottom move towards your heels. Full exhale. Inhale, draw it up. Press into the palms of the hands. Let this be active as if you're trying to drag yourself to the front of the mat. Find baby cow. And then exhale again. Chin to chest. Roll that tailbone under and roll the bottom down to meet the heels. Expel the entire breath. And then inhale, draw it up again. And exhale. Chin to chest, tailbone down. Last time. Hang out here. Stretch your arms out nice and far. Maybe even tent them to get a deeper stretch through your armpits. Take 2 deep breaths here and see if you can focus on the back of the shoulder blades. See if when you inhale, you can spread them out just a little bit. Draw yourself up on an inhale back to tabletop. We're going to reach out with our right leg first. And we're going to make sure that our hips are even so we're not stacking. They're straight across from one another. If you wanted to set your beer on your bottom, you could without it falling. Or coffee, since it's only 11 o'clock. We're going to reach out with our left hand forward. You're going to find our spinal balance here. Take a nice deep inhale, and on the exhale, elbow and knee come to center. Inhale, stretch it out. Use that core. Exhale, back to center. Inhale, stretch. Last time, exhale, center. Inhale, stretch it out. Big breath in, and on your exhale, release the hand and the knee down. Let's go ahead and rotate the right wrist a little. Bring fingertips towards toes. Let the fingertips towards your knees, and rest your palm down to get a nice little stretch to that wrist. Shake it out and come on back. Releasing left leg behind you, keeping those hips even. We're not lifting the hip. Reaching forward with the right hand. Take a nice deep inhale. On the exhale, draw the elbow and the knee together. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Breathe it in. Deep. Fill the body with breath. Exhale. Hug it in. Use that core. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, relax. Rotate that left wrist. Bring the palm of the hand to the floor, fingertips towards your knees. And then when you're ready, spread those fingertips out wide, turn your toes under, and make your way to your downward facing dog. And I always love to take my first down dog and I use it as kind of an exploration opportunity. Really checking in to see what's tight or what feels really good today. Remember to get into the toes too, bending the knees, walking the dog. Fingertips stay spread, elbow pits are forward. Let those shoulders kind of relax back. Engage the belly, lift the hips. And then pause in the center. Bring the feet together, heels together. See if you can press through the palms to lift a little bit more up. Lifting those hips up. Let's take a deep breath, drawing the heels up. So come to your toes, exhale, heels down. 2 more times. Inhale, draw the heels up. Exhale, heels down. Last time, bring the heels up. Big inhale, powering up through those palms of the hands and exhale down. Let your gaze move forward. Bend your knees and you can walk, skip, or hop to the front of the mat. Come into forward fold. Use your blocks if your low back or your hamstrings are tight today. And settle into the feet. Lift your toes, spread them out nice and wide. And you can go ahead and drop the toes down to the mat from the pinky to the big toe. And then let your weight come into your heel. Not so much that you fall, that you rock yourself back, but enough that you could lift your toes if you wanted to. Relaxing through the shoulders and your neck. And then when you're ready, we are going to drop our bottoms down just a little. Let that weight come into the heels and roll it up. If you get dizzy when you roll up, bring your gaze forward first. It's going to feel a little bit differently. You're not going to roll up through the spine, but you're not hopefully going to get dizzy either. Fingertips to the ceiling, big inhale, and exhale, float it down, forward fold. One more time, inhale, draw yourself up. Big inhale, fingertips all the way to the sky. And then exhale, float it down. Fingertips to the floor, bend the knees. Let your right foot come back. We're going to find a low lunge. So you can do this sequence with your back knee down if you'd like. Make sure you're not on a balance beam. You want enough width from your left foot, between your left foot and your right foot, from left to right. So you're more like on a railroad track. And then when you're ready, we're going to take an inhale. We're going to draw ourselves up. And we're going to exhale and twist to our left. Take an inhale, bring the hands up. As you exhale, left hand stays high, right hand's going to come to the ground. Revolve, twist. So we're going to take our back foot and we're going to roll onto the outer edge of our foot. And we're going to let our hip kind of drop to the floor. You don't have to touch the floor. Just drop down a little bit. And then inhale, draw yourself up. Exhale, bring that left hand back to the floor. Inhale, find your lunge. We're going to exhale, hands behind the back, clasp. Take an inhale. Find a little arc in the spine if you'd like. And we're going to exhale, humble warrior. And only come down as far as feels comfortable. If you have the flexibility, you can draw your hands above your back. Take one breath here. Inhale. And on your exhale, you're going to relax the hands to the floor. And we're going to release that left foot and find a plank. You can come to your knees if you'd like. You can do full plank. Just make sure your butt's not up. When your butt's up, you're putting much more, you're going to make your body work a lot harder. Relax those shoulders back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to the knees if you're not already. Draw those toes together and find a child's pose. Relax it back. And enjoy a couple of deep breaths here. Find the back of the rib cage. Center your breath in that space. And when you're ready, stretch the fingertips out, draw yourself to tabletop, turn your toes under, find your downward facing dog. Take your time. We'll take about 5 breaths to get there and to hang out. Bring those feet to center. Gaze comes forward. Bend the knees. Hop, skip, or jump to the front of your mat. Float or levitate if you can. We always like to find the ease in our effort, right? Find your forward fold. Again, using that block if you need it for the hamstrings or the low back. I like to use my block. It actually, when I have a flatter back, it helps me connect a lot better to my hamstrings. And I can feel like I can stretch my spine a little bit more. That may not be the case for you, so just kind of experiment and do what feels really good for you. Hang out here and take a breath. If you decide that you just want to hang, you can let your hands kind of sway back and forth if you'd like. Find a little bit of flowy movement here. Take a couple of deep breaths, really allowing the neck and the shoulders to relax. Kind of giving in to the sensation. One more deep breath here. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll it up on an inhale. Fingertips to the sky. Take your time. Stretch it up. And exhale, draw it down. Do one more big breath in. Roll it up. Take care to engage the belly. Protecting that low back, fingertips to the sky. And exhale, float the hands down. So this time we're going to take our left leg back. Find your high lunge or low lunge, yogi's choice. Make sure you're set up for success as far as your balance. Keeping that front knee above your ankle. And we always want the weight, whenever our knee is bent, to be in the heel, not in your toes. If it's in the toes, you're putting too much pressure on your knee. And then press into that back heel too, because we want to be able to use that back leg for strength and balance as well. So when you're ready, take an inhale, bring it up. As we exhale, we're going to twist to the right this time. Bring those arms out long. Relax the shoulders. Take an inhale, fingertips up. You're going to exhale, left hand comes down. Keep that right hand up. We're going to find revolve twist here. Good. So from here, we're going to dump onto the outer part of our back foot. Let the left hip move towards the floor. Woo, that feels good. Take an inhale, lift yourself back up. As you exhale, rainbow that right hand down to the ground. Adjust if you need to. Take an inhale, bring yourself back up. As we exhale, hands come behind our back. Clasp the hands. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Take a breath here. Big inhale. And exhale. Take one more inhale and then go ahead and release your hands down. Bring the right foot back. Find your plank. Connect from the crown to the heels. Engage all the way along the belly. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to your knees, toes together, drop into child's pose. And this time, if you'd like, maybe bring the fingertips around to the feet so you can give your shoulders a gentle stretch and relax. Focus on the point between your eyes. If your forehead reaches the floor, or maybe you have your forehead resting on your hands, you can rock it back and forth gently. And then go ahead and start to stretch the hands out, and we're going to reach ourselves long until we come onto our bellies. Bring those palms by the chest. Relax the tops of the feet to the floor. Press gently into your pubic bones. Soften the belly. Elbows towards your waist. Deep inhale, baby cobra, lifting the gaze up. Hugging shoulder blades to spine. High. And exhale down. 2 more. Inhale, draw it up. Soften the belly. Exhale, release. Last time, draw it up a little higher if that's comfortable in your body. And exhale, release. Go ahead and flip your bacon onto your backs. Hug in the knees. Find a gentle rock from side to side. And then so we're just going to drop our knees to one side. And you can open up the opposite arm. So whichever way you rolled your knees, let the opposite arm just open up to the side, finding a little twist. And you can kind of play around and experiment a little here. You can straighten out your legs if you'd like. You can draw one leg down and keep one leg up. Just kind of see what feels best in this stretch for you. And then go ahead and rest, and we're going to hang out here for about a minute. So just find your breath, breathe, and soften in the belly. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Deepen your breath, gauge your belly, and roll yourself back to center. Hey, buddy. Is it dinner time or breakfast? And then on an exhale, you're going to roll to the opposite side. I'm a little tight on my left side, so I'm going to put a block underneath my legs so my twist isn't quite so in depth. I'm still getting a gentle twist. And then let's rest for a minute. Go ahead and soften through the shoulders. Let your breath deepen just a little. And then roll yourself back to center, connecting to that core. Hug those knees in, and maybe you want to draw your forehead up just a little. And then bringing your fingertips to the inside of your calves. So kind of wrapping around the outside of the leg, fingertips to the inside. Let the legs drop open. Let your shoulders relax. And go ahead and roll your head gently from side to side here. And then let's take a happy baby. So fingertips to the soles of the feet. And you can play here, stretching out one leg, stretching out the other. And then bring the soles of the feet to the floor. Let the legs stretch out long. Maybe take a big, deep, full-bodied stretch here. Hugging all the muscles into your bones. Holding, holding, holding. And with a big sigh, go ahead and relax the body down. And make yourself comfortable with a blanket under the head or under the knees. Closing the eyes and see if you can connect to your heart space. And that might be just listening to your heartbeat, or you can place your hand over your heart and feel it. Or maybe you just imagine a giant, a little ball of green light around your heart space, surrounding it with love and compassion, happiness. And a little pat on the back for doing yoga today. Softening through the shoulders. Begin to deepen the breath. Slowly invite in a little movement in the fingers and the toes. Gently rock the head from side to side. And if you would like to roll to one side to take a few breaths before coming into a seated position, please feel free to do so. And then once you find your way back to your seat, drawing the hands together at heart space. Taking a deep breath in gratitude for our practice together today. Thank you so much for showing up for yourself and being here. Namaste.